Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mansplaining Mike with the Mansplaining Mike Show, and today we're going to do another Liberal Tears podcast. These are all hilarious, and this one's extra special. We get to hear Rachel Maddow cry about how Elon Musk is going to buy MSNBC. And I mean, the amount of tears is hilarious. She can't even get the words out. She's crying so hard. She's going to lose all that money from that big contract she has. I'm all for it, guys. Let's see what she had to say.
The AP has just broken some new news. This has just come out from the Associated Press. This is incredible.
Oh. Look at it, fellas. You crying, boy? You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger, some French fries. How about a Weineken?
Put up the graphic of this. Thank you. Just, I think I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah. Aww. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Nobody wants you in this town. Nobody wants you around, period.
You're fired. Get the hell out. Get the hell out of here. You're out of here. Get out of here.
Nobody wants to see Rachel Maddow. As far as I know, her show is doing horrible. It's been doing horrible for quite some time now. I don't know why anybody would feel sorry for that lady. All she did was lie and do the Russia things for the last 4 years. Nobody could take her serious anyway. And if you did, something was wrong with you. Maybe you're mentally defective and need to go get some help. I mean, hey, on the bright side, if you are crazy enough to think that you should feel sorry for Rachel Maddow, I'm pretty sure you can qualify for a disability or something like that, because that's definitely some mentally defective behavior. I mean, at least Rachel was crying about herself, but I know there's probably some liberal somewhere who's crying that they're going to miss the Rachel Maddow show. People are nuts. Anyway, let's see what this insane looking lady has to say. Look at her face. She looks crazy before it even started. Look how her eyes look, all bug-eyed and stuff. I can already tell this one's going to be nuts. Let's see what she has to say, guys.
For Donald Trump are misogynistic? Yes. Literally, yes, exactly that. It's really not rocket science. You can still be hateful and harmful to a group that you are a part of. Yeah, we live in a patriarchy where misogyny is internalized and taught from the moment we are born. You can be anti-woman and a woman at the same time. A lot of women, I'd say almost all women, do have some form of internalized misogyny. And some people have externalized misogyny and are openly misogynistic, and voting for Donald Trump is an act of misogyny. It is anti-woman, and that applies to you even if you are a woman.
That's insane. So now women hate women if they voted for Donald Trump. It's not that they love cheap gas prices or they love their Second Amendment right or they love their freedom of speech. It has to be that they hate themselves. They hate themselves and they're misogynists. They're misogynistic against women. It's like these people don't get enough of it. They scream that every time a man talks. He's mansplaining. That's where I got my name, Mansplaining Mike. In fact, a lawyer I fired said that to me before I fired her. I mean, these people are nuts. I don't know how they get through life. The idea that these people should be able to keep doing this type of stuff and ruining our country and even be able to have the opportunity to vote is insane. What are they voting for? Just the right to kill babies? If they want to kill somebody, they should be considered a felon. I mean, even before they do it, it's considered conspiracy. So wouldn't all of these women conspiring and getting mad that they can't get abortions, wouldn't that be like pre-planning the death of a baby? That's what they're doing. That sounds like murder one to me. Anyway, guys, let's see what this liberal right here has to cry about.
I feel better that I did that. Happy Thanksgiving. I am not going home for Thanksgiving to be with my family. I have many Trump supporters in my family, and I refuse to coddle them anymore. I have cut those people out of my life, and I've actually, it's interesting. I feel better that I did that. I don't feel worse for it. I feel better. I feel like there's more space in my heart for goodness because I don't have to compromise my values or my integrity for people that voted for a fascist. For people that voted for misogyny and racism and abject cruelty and xenophobia and mass concentration camps and deportation on a scale that is not necessary and based totally on hysteria and lies. Fears about trans people based totally on hysteria and lies. So,
well, we know that's not based on hysteria and lies. That's based on Loudoun County. Look up what happened in Loudoun County, where a young girl was raped in her bathroom.
We have to take dignity back, self-respect. I'm reclaiming self-respect. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you guys.
Self-respect? He voted for the liberals. He voted for women to have the right to murder the child that he creates with them. I mean, he seems like a sissy. He might not be doing any of that type of stuff like creating babies or anything like that, or even talking to women. He's probably disgusted by them just like he is Republicans. That's how his voice sounded. It sounded all soft and sensitive. Telling you, these sissies aren't no good. And look at this one. This is a woman, but it's still a sissy. You can tell, blue-haired freak. Let's see what this blue-haired freak got to say.
Another way to protest MAGA cheaply is to not shop. Don't shop. Buy everything used. And see if you can get it for free. Don't shop. Crash the economy.
I'm laughing because she looks like Earthworm Jim from the Sega Genesis. If y'all remember that, put a comment in the comment section below. But that's her twin. She's twins with Earthworm Jim, the video game from Sega Genesis. And honestly, does it look like she does much shopping anyway? I mean, I don't think she's going to hurt the economy much by not contributing to it because she probably didn't contribute to it before. I mean, she doesn't look like she's out here buying really expensive stuff. And it's not really going to hurt anybody that she doesn't shop with them, I don't think. Anyway, let's see what this lady says. She looks crazy too. Why do they all have these huge bug eyes? They look like they're about to wig out, snap on somebody.
Quick question. When the price of everything starts going up because of all these tariffs, who is MAGA going to blame? Like,
the prices already went up when you got rid of the tariffs. This doesn't make any sense.
I am genuinely curious because we know it's not going to be their orangutan Jesus. They won't take any blame for themselves, even though we've been telling them for months that this is going to happen. But, they don't listen to reason. So who are they going to blame? Are they going to blame Biden again? Like they've been...
We've been telling them for the last 4 years that they're the reason the prices of everything already went up. Because when Donald Trump was president, the prices came down. These people are delusional. Seriously mentally defective. Something's wrong with them. These people aren't healthy.
Blaming him for the last 4 years. Everything's his fault. Even though Biden inherited Trump's terrible economy and has only improved it, and it's actually really good right now.
That's ridiculous. He didn't improve the economy at all. When Donald Trump was president before the pandemic, unemployment was at the lowest it's ever been. It was at 3.5%. It was record-setting. Joe Biden still hasn't brought it down to that level. So the idea that they somehow improved the economy, it's nonsense. You go out and you spend more money on food, you spend more money on gas, everything costs more. But according to them, hey, things are going great. Bunch of idiots.
But they don't listen to reason. I digress. Who are they going to blame? Quick question. When the price of...
Nobody, because the prices will go back down. Because when gas prices go down, the prices of everything in the stores come down. Because it costs less to get them to where they need to be in order for you to be able to sell them. See how that works? Everything gets cheaper. These are just some weird liberals. I mean, they're talking about crying and how they want to cry. And I think this might be like a clear sign of... I don't even know what this would be a clear sign of liberals being mentally defective. That's the best thing I can think of saying. Like, look how they look how they act. These people are nuts. But they say they're the smart ones and that we're all dumb. Look at how it's dressed. What's the thing in its nose? Oh, man.
I'm a person, and I feel, and I have feelings, and I can share them.
Mm-hmm. And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah. And someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character. But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more. So I've come away feeling really beautiful.
It's just you f***ing are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God.
You know?
Yeah. What you've brought to this film and to these characters, you've not just taken care of them, you have transformed them for good.
I'm not seeing something. Where is this person beautiful at? It looked like E.T. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a junkie.
You have been the light of the
amazing.
day. You are
truly-
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much
We appreciate
for coming
you.
into this room today. We needed to come in.
What kind of drugs do you think they're on? They seem like they're high as heck. They're in a different world. They're not on planet Earth. What do you think they're taking? And who could look at that thing and say, oh yeah, it looks beautiful. That thing don't look beautiful. Or that woman, whatever. Man, that does not look beautiful at all. Anyway, guys, let's see what this video is about. Some more liberals crying. I think these ones are talking about leaving the country. There's actually a couple of them. One of them is a Texas lady who says she's going to leave the country because her gas prices are going to go down. But let's see what they're talking about, guys.
We're going to move out of America after the presidential election, and some celebrities are doing exactly that. The latest, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi. The couple is reportedly moving to England while selling their California estate. But it's not just celebrities. Some black Americans say they're also considering leaving the USA. My next guests, Jasmine Terry and Dave Jordan, are on the topic tonight.
Anybody who's taking the election that hard, we don't need you here anyway. I mean, just think about it. You're so weak, you're crying because the person you wanted to win the presidency didn't win, and your gas prices are going to come down because of that.
So, Jasmine, it just so happens you just got your citizenship in Ghana.
Yes, I actually did. I just got my citizenship yesterday, so I'm extremely excited. It's a full circle moment. Met the president of Ghana, 7 years old, at Turner Elementary. President Jerry Rawlings, 30 years later, fast forward, I entered the continent, and exactly what he told me then is what I experienced, and I fell in love with it and began on my journey for citizenship.
Now, because you have citizenship there, doesn't necessarily mean you're leaving America, right?
No, I'm not leaving America, actually. So I want to say this. It's dual citizenship, so it's both. I think before anywhere on the continent, the continent of Africa is the inheritance of the diaspora of Black Americans. Before it's Chinese, European, and anyone else. And I think someone needs to come and be a bridge and welcome us over. And I believe that it's the time is now. So I'm not running away from America. I love being a Black American. I love the fact of the history that my family has implemented, not only in Houston, but on the land in America in general. America is ours, but we also need to bridge the gap at this point.
Now, Dave, your sister has a different take on this. She is considering leaving this country as a result of President-elect Donald Trump.
She is indeed. You know, I was talking to her. I got a call from her the Sunday after the election, and she told me that she was leaving to go to Barbados that Saturday. Our father is from Barbados. My mother is from Aruba, and I'm a Caribbean American. I was born and raised in New York, as was she. And she started this process back in April. And my dad gave her his birth certificate. She went down there, she started the process, and she flew out last week, Saturday, to complete the process. So I expect to talk to her a little later in the week. But just what Jasmine said, this is dual citizenship, right? Mm-hmm. So she has the option, and I would, by extension, being her brother, if I pursued this path, to get that same citizenship and remain here or go back and forth. It's sort of, you know, a card in your back pocket that you can play, you know. And it's always good to look at other options, you know, to see what life would be like in other areas. I have a friend in Portugal who is running a expat group in Portugal. Portugal's a country of 10 million people. 20,000 people who moved there are expats. And a large number of them are Black Americans who have started their own communities, who have embraced the country. And it's been sort of a trend for a lot of people to do the same thing.
And for those who may be concerned or wondering why so many Black Americans may be considering leaving this country, what kind of fear, if any, do they have when it comes to President-elect Trump?
This is starting.
Go on, Jasmine. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I would say this. I am not about this fear tactic, to be honest. I don't think we should look at this as a fear space. I think we should look at it as an opportunity to bridge the gap in our communities, to pull together, put our funding together, focus on our community and our community only. Because what we are as Black Americans, as diasporans, we are resilient beings. So I don't look at this as something we should be fearful of. I think it's time that is in our face, and we need to move forward, push the culture forward by actually coming together as Black Americans and doing what we need to do for us. Not looking for anyone to take care of anything for us, not looking for someone to come and save and to help us. This is a time that we should only independently focus on ourselves. That's education, health, and wellness, loving on our own, and that's honestly the focus. So I'm not fearful at all. I think this is an opportunity that's really going to be beautiful.
And Dave, the last 30 seconds, what do you think people, or Black people in particular, are afraid of when it comes to President-elect Trump?
The main thing that I'm hearing is the police immunity. We saw the racial reckoning 2 years ago with George Floyd, or 3 years ago, I should say, time is flying, and how a lot of communities were pushing for consent agreements and things of that nature. And Trump has said that he wants to give police open and blanket immunity. So that's the main concern a lot of people have. But just to underscore what Jasmine said, people aren't running away, but they're just preparing this as an option. But this has really encouraged Black people to look inward and to focus on their own communities, their own well-being, their own structure, and not sort of collaborate or coalesce around other issues that don't really include them at the end of the day.
All right, Dave and Jasmine, thank you for joining us. And Jasmine, we know it's pretty late there in Ghana, and congratulations on your dual citizenship.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Come
when you
to
get back in
Ghana,
Houston.
everyone. Come to Ghana.
I want to.
Now you're the ambassador. Thank you. Thank you both for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
No, I'm good. I don't want to go to Ghana. I think it's ridiculous that anybody would go to Ghana because President Trump won. I mean, just think about what happened during his last presidency. He reversed the illegal and the racist 1994 crime bill that Joe Biden had implemented that was locking Black people up for unprecedented amount of time for no reason. I mean, there would be like a reason, like they got caught with drugs or something, but they were nonviolent crimes. And they kept them in jail for longer than they needed to be there, for sure. Donald Trump reversed that and started letting people come home from jail if they were in there for nonviolent crimes. So this idea that Donald Trump was bad for Black people is absolutely ridiculous. And if they want to go to Africa, go on ahead. I mean, I don't think anybody's really going to miss anybody who's leaving. Probably weren't contributing much anyway.
Episode of Yolitics takes us to Fort Worth for a story that sounds too incredible to be true.
We've all heard of people who threaten to leave the country if someone gets elected. Well, for the first time, I'm going to meet somebody who is actually leaving the country, and she says she's doing it because Donald Trump got elected.
Janelyn Sanchez first broke the news to her friends on Facebook.
Wow, you're really going to do this?
I'm really going to
because
do it.
Of Trump's election?
Yes, and I've been telling people for the last year, you should have an exit strategy. And we can go into why I think you need an exit strategy now, if you're a liberal, and especially a mouthy one like me.
Kamala Harris lost the election. So Sanchez is packing up. She already put her house on the market, and she is moving to Holland.
What else have you already done to get ready for that? You've had the realtor come by, you're doing repairs at the house,
Yeah.
The realtor's photographers come by. What other steps concrete steps have you done?
So I'm selling my gun. I put that on the market, and I have found a buyer.
She also had to buy crates for her 2 dogs. You know, this drastic move is likely easier for Jana than many others because she lived in Europe for 18 years and her husband is Dutch.
What would you say to Trump supporters here who would cheer this move and say, don't let the door hit you on the way out? We're glad to see you go, and we wish you'd take everybody who's like-minded with you.
I mean, they're entitled to their point of view. They're clearly in charge now, and it's their country.
But it turns out her own family supports Trump. Sanchez's story is the latest chapter in an already extraordinary election, and it is on Y'all-itics this week. You can look for it wherever you get your podcasts. Plus, you can watch each episode. We're on WFAA Plus Wednesday nights.
Hey, I definitely won't be missing her or any liberal who wants to leave. In fact, I suggest you do. It'll make it better for the rest of us. I mean, you guys keep voting for the ability to be able to murder children and for cross-dressers like this one right here who's about to sing the blues because Donald Trump won. Cross-dressers like this can go into my daughter's bathroom. I'd rather you get out. I'd rather you get out and don't come back. Them people who talking about dual citizenship, I don't want them to come back either, because you got to think about what they're really saying. They're saying they're not happy here. They don't feel a tie to this country. So they want to go get dual citizenship in another country, but keep citizenship here so they can continue their fight to ruin the country pretty much. So they're going to be having military-aged men coming back and forth from other countries who really have a problem with this country and don't feel like this country is the answer, or don't feel like this is the greatest country on earth. Well, just get rid of your citizenship. Don't come back and forth. Stay where you're going. Anyway, let's listen to this mentally defective man who's dressed up like a girl sing the blues because his gas is going to be cheaper gas.
I will do right to my loved ones, to my community. I will just try to live with passion, supporting unity. I will not change for anyone, won't cave to bigotry. I will find warmth, hold on to hope even beneath the sea. There's an ocean, we are the children, down beneath these crashing waves of hate. There's a mad storm that...
Alright, that's enough. I can't listen to anymore. It's giving me a headache. If you guys want to hear the rest of that song, you can look up Chief Trumpster and just type in "this was posted on Blue Sky." I'm sure it'll pop up. I just can't listen to that dude sing like he's a girl and dress like a girl. It's giving me a headache. His voice is horrible. I can tell why he didn't make it in life. I mean, as a musician or whatever. Anyway, let's see what these liberals here. Actually, no, this was an ex-liberal. So this liberal is actually happy that Donald Trump won, I think. Or at least she's starting to see that liberals don't help each other out or help Americans out at all. So let's see what she had to say. I didn't watch the whole thing, so it'll be my natural reaction to this one.
Yeah. And really calling myself out in my own journey of going from being a liberal Quaker and then living in rural Appalachia for 12 years and going through this hurricane and realizing like it was not the Democrats that helped me. No, it was hardcore conservative Republicans who had my back without question. They just jumped in and did whatever it took. And that was mind-blowing for me.
Yeah, it seems like she's starting to understand that we're the ones who really want to help people. It's the people who want to have children. It's the people who want you to have the ability to speak your mind. It's the people who want your daughters to be safe in the bathrooms. Those are the people that care about this country. We care about our neighbors. And we don't want to see any Americans struggling. All we want to see is for our money to stop going overseas. We want to start seeing our money help people in this country if you're going to take it from us. I mean, I'd rather you didn't take our money at all and we could help people ourselves. I mean, I see homeless people all the time. I can help them out better than I think the government will. The government just overlooks them. They're in my face every time I drive to the city. Anyway, guys, this was Mansplaining Mike and the Mansplaining Mike Show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with some sissy liberals so we can collect more of these liberal tears at a later date. I'll catch you guys on the next one.